jobs. We got to get people back to work and business, and the best person to talk to is the CEO of the State Chamber of Commerce, Chad Warmington. Good to have you, man.
Good to see you.
How is business doing in Oklahoma?
Business is doing fantastic in Oklahoma. Record unemployment, record receipts to the Treasury. The things we're struggling with are workforce issues. We can't get enough people for the open jobs we have, but that's a real testament to how we've handled the pandemic. Really, we've been very firm about getting back open. Governor Stitt and the legislature have made sure that Oklahoma handled this COVID crisis in an appropriate manner, and we didn't impact businesses too adversely. Now we're coming out of it, and business is booming, but we don't have the workforce to meet the open demands of a lot of our businesses in the state.
Okay, so the pandemic really changed from the things we do on Monday night. We talk with the doctors each week. When the FDA on August 23rd said okay to the Pfizer deal, I knew everything was going to change, especially for business, because businesses want to get their workforce back. They want to get them vaccinated largely. Well, they want to get them vaccinated. They want the pandemic to go away. There is a lot of activity. There was a Bloomberg story this week. The state chamber is mentioning that. Ohio, which is taking a different tack than Oklahoma is, but it basically has to do with telling businesses what they can or cannot do with their workforce. We know where Democrats are. Republicans seem to be split on this. Where are we in Oklahoma? Where are we in terms of getting back to work and where businesses might have a disagreement with the government over mandates?
No doubt. Well, currently in Oklahoma, businesses have lots of flexibility in order to protect their workforce, keep their businesses going, and have their customers be protected as well. They have the flexibility to have vaccines, they can have masking policies, they can have exemptions for vaccines, they can have vaccine requirements, and we think that's exactly what should happen. The state should not interfere with a business's decision on whether they require any of those things. Those decisions are best left up to the individual business owners.
Sort of like the individual business owners, like their personal responsibility, right?
Right.
Do you want to be left alone to make your decision?
Absolutely. A free enterprise, free market business politician should know that we stay out of the way of businesses. That's the whole point. We let them do what's best for their businesses. They know their customers, they know their employees, and they know what's best for their businesses. And a one-size-fits-all mandate, whether it's coming from the federal government, Joe Biden, or coming from the state government, is not appropriate. It doesn't work, and it's bad for business at a time in which we can't push these businesses and have any more gaps in getting the employees that they need.
All right, so what I'm hearing is for business, for government to come in and say, like Governor Abbott has done, which is there's a mandate against you having mandates. And it's very confusing.
Right.
But when government starts telling business what they can and cannot do, you're against that.
Absolutely. I'm very confused by why Governor DeSantis in Florida and Governor Abbott in Texas, who can be adamantly opposed to the Biden mandate, can then in the very same breath go, but we're going to do a mandate against an employer being able to require that in the state of Texas or the state of Florida. It makes no sense. It's still limiting the business from being able to do what's best for them, their customers, their employees. We're opposed to that. We've been opposed to mandates throughout the pandemic, and we'd be adamantly opposed to the legislature moving forward with a mandate that says you cannot require that. If that's what's best for your business, they need to be allowed to do that.
So before the misinformation starts, at this particular point in Oklahoma, you're pretty happy with government, but there are people inside the GOP that want to take away a business's right to determine their own future.
Absolutely. I think, like we talked about at the beginning, we have the flexibility we need now in order to do what we need to do. Governor Stitt came out last week and emphasized he was against the Biden mandate, but he also very clearly pointed out that government should also not prevent a business from requiring that if that's what's best for them and for their employees. We think giving the businesses the choice is the way to go. That's why our free enterprise system works. And frankly, that's why Oklahoma has done so well throughout this process, is that we have avoided those mandates. We've let businesses thrive, and we're better off for it.
Thanks for the explanation. It's a difficult topic and easy for misinformation to slip into it. Chad Warmington's the CEO of the State Chamber of Commerce. Chad, thanks for helping us out in this conversation. Appreciate you very much.
You bet.
See this again at news9.com/your vote counts and follow me on Twitter @MitchellTalks.